Hello, it's Lee here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to day 18 of Junk Journal January, a challenge hosted by Meg from Meg Journals in collaboration with Get Messy Art. The prompt for today is borders. An edge, side, margin, a boundary line that separates one country, state, region or district from another, an ornamental trimming or design around the edge of a printed page, garment, etc., a narrow piece of ground in a garden, blah 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 blah. I'm going to use the definition number 3, an ornamental trimming or design around the edge of a printed page. So I have my next page ready, got a little bit of seepage happening there. Never mind. So this is what I did for Whimsical. Pretty much all a collage page, this one. I just watercoloured the sky and cut the girl out of a storybook, but all the rest of it was cut out of a watercolour background that I'd painted. And I love this one. It's so bright and cheerful and happy. Really, really pleased with that. Okay, so let's kick on with this one. I have dug out my border stencils. Not so sure about that bit. Not up my alley. Too Christmassy. Not bad. Quite like this one. Eeny, miny, mo. So we're going to use this one. Okay, what I'm thinking of doing is getting the oldie texture paste, which is Chromacryl. Texture paste, massive big jar, 1 litre. Been using it for years. Great product. I'm going to do this one and I'm just going to put it on the sides. I'm feeling a lot better today, in case you hadn't noticed. But I'm not going to talk through this whole video, otherwise I'll run out of puff. Okay, so I'm just going to fill this with texture paste. And I'm going to forge you through that bit, and I'll do the other side too, the right hand page. Just need to use something with a bit more oomph, to get some more of that on there. Alrighty, I'm going to hit the fast forward. So that's the worst thing of having pages that are different heights, or for me anyway. That's dry. Now I've got some clear gesso in my little bowl here, and someone asked me had I ever tried adding colour to the clear gesso, and the answer was no, I hadn't. So I thought I might do that, but instead of putting paint in it, I'm going to put some ink, which I'm putting the lid on so I don't spill it. And this is called Muted Pink. And it's Liquitex acrylic ink. I don't think that's enough colour in there. Okay, let's put another couple of drops in. Because the gesso is clear. So I hope I used gesso. Yeah. I just had this thought, maybe I've picked the wrong thing up. Okay. It's still not the colour I want. Okay. Let's have a look what it looks like. No, I want something a bit grungier than that. What if I put a bit of grey in it? Which is almost a bluey looking colour. Lid's on. Yeah, that's getting closer to what I want. sort of a purpley colour. I reckon it needs a little bit more of that grey. I should have just gone with the grey in the first place. What's the other colours I've got here? I have got green, turquoise, violet, black. I don't think so. I think this will do. I'm not sure how this will dry or anything. It's yuck. Can you see that? I just dropped it back in there. I don't know what that is. Get out of my stuff. Okay, let's go. See what happens. Oh, there's goobies in this. I'm gonna have to just wipe them off the page, I think. That's actually quite nice. I think I'm going to put some more of this ink on here. Let's see what happens. I'll sort of come to a stop now. I don't know what I'm going to do anymore. I know I said I knew what I was going to do, but now I don't. So I just... let's go for some runs. Because they always look good. It'll be interesting to see where it gathers in places, the edges that you get. Now, what I think that is there is, I did wipe some of the texture paste. I cleaned my thingy off with it. On the page, I mean. So there's little fragments of texture paste on there, and I think that's what's made that really awesome line just here. Okay, let's get those blobs out of there. I might dry that off and then attack the other side. Okay, that's dry. I'm going to do some work on this side. So got a little bit of seepage over here, so I'll put some of this paper, and I'm just going to put a piece of paper towel under this so it doesn't get, because I don't want it ruining that. I'd cry, I think, if that happened. Oh, then maybe not. It might have been just one of those happy accidents, so I'm just going to safeguard myself, put that there. Now what I'm going to do is dampen the page. Just got this fine mist spray thingamajig here. I'm going to put some ink on there, and then I'm going to put a stencil over it, and I'm going to remove whatever comes out of the stencil. And I've got a stencil that I made myself here, so I thought I'd use that because it's interesting. So let's go for the grey. So a flat surface. Oh, didn't put the lid on that, did I? I actually knocked the bottle over before, but the lid was on. So obviously I haven't learnt my lesson. Lid on. I don't want it all over my clothes, so. Maybe I need to do this. And I need to get that. Because I don't always put more on, can't I? Agree? So let's plonk that there, and I'm just going to remove the ink from between the stencil. Let's see how that goes. Does it do anything? No, it doesn't do anything. Don't try that at home. What was this one? Grey. Let's chuck some. I like that green. That's really nice. Put some of the grey there. Not so much water this time. I think the grey and the green go really well together. I think I'm just going to move it around a bit with the brush. So I'm going to spare you all the gory details, but this is the mess that I ended up with, and I absolutely hate it. I glued on those flowers, I added gold, I added more ink, I tore the flowers, and it's yuck. So I'm going to cover those flowers in white gesso. And what I've done is I've glued another napkin to some white copy paper, and I'm going to put more flowers on there, but with a backing of white paper so that they stand out a bit. So you might be thinking, well, wasn't that all a waste of time and products? But I don't see it that way. When I start one of these pages, I don't have any real plan. I have a little bit of an idea of what I'm going to do, and I just start making stuff. And sometimes something that I really love gets buried underneath other things. I don't really see this as a waste of anything. It's all part of the process of making this page, and in the end, anything that's buried is providing texture in the background, and sometimes some of the stuff that gets covered over can still be seen, parts of it anyway, so it's all just, you know, the way it works. So it's not a waste and it doesn't stress me out. I just did not like the way it was looking, so I decided to change it. Changed my mind a little bit about where I wanted things. I just think this is slightly more balanced, and I'll just take the overhanging edges away. It's coming off the page in a few places. And find some words to put in there. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. So, moments to treasure, as unique as you are, and I've got a picture of a couple having a picnic in the bush, and I would like to just put, I don't know, a little bit of gold around before I glue all that down. So I'm just going to get this gold back again. And I guess if there's gold, there has to be white, doesn't it? Okay, so that's it for borders. The next one is interactive, which doesn't really thrill me that much at the moment, to be honest. Okay, so here it is. Let me just zoom out a bit. There we go. So we got there in the end. Had a bit of a false start, but I think it really looks nice now. It was a bit of a dog's breakfast to begin with. Something to think of if you're putting napkin on a page. What's underneath it, like it doesn't go very well if you've got something dark and you're putting a light coloured napkin over the top, because the dark's going to show through, and that's what ruined, or what I thought ruined this one. Yeah, I think it's, I don't know that there's much more I could do to that, but I'm just sitting here looking at me is my gilding wax. It's just screaming for me to get some and just rub it along the border, the page edge. I don't know whether this is going to be a good idea or not. I'm doing it anyway. I love this stuff. I just don't particularly like this colour because it's quite, oh, you know, it's got a fairly green tone to it, but it's still nice. And it's, I think it's called antique gold, and it does look like it's antique. Let me just see if I can get a little bit here and there on some of that, yeah, on some of the what do you call it? Texture. Been doing this so long that I can't think straight. It's been an all-day job, this one. So if you're still watching, congratulations on your patience. Okay, that's it. All done. Okay, let me know in the comments what do you think of this one. Give me a thumbs up. If you really don't like it, give me a thumbs down, and if you want to, you can tell me what you don't like about it. And I shall see you tomorrow for interactive. So this is 18 borders. Okay, happy creating. Hugs and cheers from Australia. Hooroo.